followed by the pound or hash sign.
Everyone, and thank you for being with us today. One thing that I always like to tell everyone that comes to these webinars is I want to, congratulate you for being so proactive about taking care of yourself and learning to grow and become a better you. So again, welcome. Thank you for being with us today, and we're looking forward to presenting this information to you. What I'd like to start off with is what I want everyone to do is just kind of sit up, get comfortable, and try to really focus on today's webinar. Start learning the techniques of relaxation while you're listening. So everyone get comfortable. Try to remove any distractions from around you if there are anything. Try not to work on anything and just really focus on today's webinar. Any questions or comments can be added at the end or sent to me directly. Again, my name is Janet Vijo Sanchez, and I welcome you to this webinar. So let's get started. So our objectives today. First, we're going to talk about the buy-in. A lot of times we think we are so busy, and what we need to realize that we do need time for us, and we need relaxation for our mental health and our physical health as well. So we really need to see the value that it brings to our lives. So it's important that we understand what it does for us. We want to make sure that we have a connection to it, and it's important to us. So we really want to grasp that buy-in. We're going to review some relaxation techniques today. There's several out there, so we're going to review some of them. And you can pick and choose or adjust them however you want. We're going to do step-by-step. We're going to do some deep breathing. And I'm also going to take you through a visualization practice so that you can experience some of these techniques that we're using today. So the class today is basically half explanation of what relaxation is, what it has to offer you, and then we're going to do some hands-on activities. So again, try your best to relax, and I'll try my best to explain it slowly. If there's any additional information you need, I will be more than glad to answer those questions later on. So the buy-in. The thing is, relaxation does provide partial or full relief for several items. And some of that is hypertension. If any of you are suffering from high blood pressure, stress, headaches, asthma, PMS, even we're finding for women who are experiencing menopause that when you do things such as yoga, it actually raises your estrogen level. So these things really do affect our bodies. So we want to make sure that we're practicing relaxation. We have to make an effort at it. One thing that I remind people when they attend our webinars is that practice makes perfect. So no matter what you've done in your life, whether you're good at it or bad at it, you've practiced it. You've taken the time to apply what you've learned. When we talk about learned behavior, we're talking about doing what we've learned. So, if you want to change things, you want to add that relaxation into your life, you have to practice it. It calms us down during stressful times. If someone's making you angry, practicing something as simple as breathing helps to relax you, helps to calm you down. And it helps us to think and say and do the right thing. So we always want to just take a couple of breaths, count to 10. We want to, exemplify who we are and how we live our lives. And by practicing relaxation techniques, it really makes a difference. And, I'm sure all of you have practiced several things. So, look in your tool bag, see what you've used in the past, and sometimes you can apply it to other areas of your life. We're finding more and more companies today bringing in relaxation techniques. They're offering meditation at the workplace. Donna Karen even set up a yoga studio for her employees because of the fact that her husband, for cancer patients, because her husband, went through such a difficult and painful death. So for her it was important. She saw the value of adding a relaxation technique. So it's really important that we, wrap our minds around this and utilize it to benefit our lives and be an example to others as well. So again, we're seeing lots of companies. This webinar is something proactive because we're teaching you the techniques. It's really great when we're looking at ways to be proactive about our mental health, our physical health, and just get out there and do the things that we need to do to care for ourselves. Because, again, remember, the one person that cares for us and loves us the most is always going to be us. And when we're doing those things for ourselves, we're actually caring for and loving others at a higher level. So definitely grasp how important it is, that we care for ourselves. So relaxation, again, comes in many forms. It serves many purposes. Just taking the time sometimes to simply breathe makes such a difference in our lives. So I really want everyone here today to get the buy-in of relaxation, to get how important it is in your life, and to understand that in order to implement it, we have to practice it. We have to go about, and even if you have to try several items, several different things until you find something that fits you, because it's not one size fits all. We have to be sure that it's something that we can attach to, and remember, it's an emotional attachment. That's what keeps us doing something. It becomes important to us. It becomes a part of us. So we want to remain relaxed, calm, healthy, and we want to, as always, help us do the most to say and do the right things. So relaxation techniques. Like I said before, there's several of them. There's things such as deep breathing. Deep breathing is a mind and body connection, and it helps us to remain healthy. It transports everything in our bodies. It transports the blood through every area, including our internal organs. It keeps our mind extremely active and energized. It keeps us awake. So we have to pay attention that we're breathing deeply. I'm going to go through each of these items, just a little bit, and then we're going to expand on them a little bit later, but I want to cover each item a little bit, and again, we'll expand. But pay attention. How many of you have ever caught yourself holding your breath? We'll be doing something, and we're not breathing, and we pay attention. So you want to make sure you're taking full, deep breaths. There's a technique that is visualization and guided imagery. It helps to calm and comfort us. It's so important to use our imaginations to guide us to places that give us that peace and re-energize us. We always got to remember that sometimes when we're in a stressful situation, just taking the time to visualize something else, like let's say you're afraid of needles and you're going to get a shot or something, and that just gives you such great anxiety. Simply closing your eyes and visualizing yourself someplace that you love to be that will calm you, and taking that deep breathing will alleviate the stress of getting that shot or whatever the case may be. Sometimes you're worried about a specific item, and instead of keep worrying about that item, maybe visualize the perfect outcome. So there's a lot of ways to use these techniques to serve you and, to bring great value to your life. So I encourage you, to look at everything. It's not limited. You can really expand upon each of these techniques, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more. Progressive muscle relaxation. We hear it called PMR, and what that teaches you to do is close your eyes and work through your entire body, and you can start with the top of your head, go all the way to your toes, and you tighten each part of your body, and then you release it, and you relax it. And you notice, so what you're doing is really learning to identify your body, how it feels stressful and how it feels relaxed. And this way, when your body is stressed or tight, you notice it, and you can tell yourself, okay, I need to relax, I need to calm myself. So you can start from the top of your head, tighten up your head, squint your eyes, and then relax them. And the process, like I said before, it'll take you all the way from the top of your head to your toes. And This is something that is used in a lot of, it's part of meditation practices, it's part of yoga practices, it's even incorporated into deep breathing. So all of these techniques that we're reviewing right now are intertwined, and they're used together. So we can mix and match them, and that's a lot of fun. So we can create our own technique using these individual methods. So we can have a lot of fun with that. But really look at these items, pick what's available to you, pick which items that you enjoy and you want to incorporate in your life. And that's what's going to make all the difference. You really have to enjoy it. You have to have, again, that emotional attachment to it. We're going to review meditation and yoga a little more in detail in the next few slides. But just a quick review, pay attention to your breath. Are you holding your breath? Are you taking full, deep breaths? Change things up with visualization, and get to know how your body is. Get to know your body versus tense and relaxed. And again, we're going to review meditation and yoga a little bit in more detail. So sometimes, a lot of times for people, we have a time set in our head, and that really stops us from moving forward to do something, to do the things that we want to do. So, don't set limits to, the time frame. You can start, it says try 10 to 20 minutes a day. But I suggest sometimes for some of us start at 5 minutes a day. And that's what I did. When I first started meditating, it felt a little bit overwhelming because I was thinking, I was going, but I knew I needed something to relax more. I knew that I needed something deeper, more focused. And the thought of meditation in itself for me was overwhelming. So I thought, okay, I'm going to start at 5 minutes. I think that's all I can do, and let's see how it works. And then I also tried, several methods just to see what I liked better. But again, try 5 minutes. Your goal is to get up to 20 minutes a day. So start small, and work up to 20 minutes. If you can do the 20 minutes right away, that's great. Do so. But as always, you want to focus on what works best for you. So try to stay in that mind frame and find something that works for you. Don't do your relaxation techniques when you're sleepy. Now, I do tell people that if you're having a hard time getting to sleep, you can use these methods as well to help you. But if you're just focusing on relaxation versus not sleeping, I really suggest that you do these separate from sleep. Because during the day, we need a break. We need time to, just settle our minds, come to the present moment, and be aware of who we are, and maybe just reflect on a few items. So when we're talking about relaxation techniques, we're not talking about right before you go to bed. We really want you to focus on them 1 to 2 times a day. And most times it's actually best to do your relaxation right after you get out of bed, or before you take off to work, and then again if you can in the afternoon sometimes. But there again, we're looking at picking a time that works for you. We all have different schedules. Today's world is very hectic. There's so many things to do. I take advantage of timers. I keep a timer with me. I have my cell phone that has a timer. I have a timer where I do my meditation, just in case, so I don't have to go looking for my phone. So I make it convenient for me. So if I have a specific location that I relax, and if I can't, I have my cell phone that has the apps that I have placed in there. I have meditation apps in my cell phone. I have emotional intelligence tests, just things to help me relax and calm down. So, pick a technique that works for you, and find a place that works for you. I mean, it's not always going to be that way. We're not going to always find that perfect place. But the more we do beforehand to prepare for this time of relaxation, the more successful we're going to be at it. So, when you can, be at that place that works for you and have what you need available for you. When I meditate, I always have a candle. I like the candle. I like the feeling that it gives. And I have my timer right there, so I'm not looking for everything. If I can, I sit sometimes a few minutes in my car and I use my cell phone application, or I put on music on the iPod. So make things work for you. Put it together, make it available for you, and like I said, just do the pre-work so that when you get to that point in time, it's prepared and you're just ready to go and you don't feel so flustered with it. Find a comfortable place. Like I said, the same place every day, or if you're comfortable in your car, or if you need to go off to the quiet meeting room. I'm sure that if you talk to your supervisors or boss or whatever the case may be, coworkers, they know of another place during the day that maybe you can go to unwind. And we're finding nowadays that companies are offering meditation rooms. They're offering quiet rooms where people can go and relax, where there's no computers, there's no chit-chat. They're just able to go in there and relax. And when possible, you want to be in comfortable clothes. You don't want anything tight or binding. You want to feel free. You don't want to be focusing on how tight everything is or how uncomfortable you are. You want to be as relaxed as possible. And another thing that I always remind people is to just, get in a comfortable sitting position that works for you. Sit in a chair, a couch. I don't personally like to sit on the floor, so it doesn't work for me. I'm so busy focusing on how I'm sitting that I cannot concentrate on my relaxation technique. So I like sitting down, my feet in front of me, and my hands on my lap. So find what works for you. Make sure that it's comfortable, your focus isn't on your body, but really being able to relax and allowing that time to bring you to the present moment. Because relaxation is about being present, calm, and peaceful. Okay, and we're going to move on to the next slide. We're going to focus on a little bit of deep breathing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to help you practice a few of the deep breathing exercises. So what we want to do is we want to sit comfortably with your back straight. You want to have one hand on your chest and one on your stomach, and you want to breathe in through your nose. Now, the hand on your stomach should rise and your chest should not. So if you're breathing, if you feel your chest area breathing, that means you're taking shallow, short breaths. So we want to take that breath fully into the stomach, and I usually just count slowly to 4 and then let it out. And then we want to exhale, and our stomach moves in, and your other hand, again, should not move, and then you want to repeat. What we're finding is when someone just takes the time to practice breathing a minimum of twice a day, they start having health benefits that start making a change in their lives. We breathe an average of 20,000 times a day. So it is extremely important that we're taking full, deep breaths. Again, breath is our life. The oxygen transports our blood throughout our bodies. It, gives us the energy that we need. It helps get nutrients to our body. It fills our lungs. It makes us feel healthy. Our brain is working more efficiently when we're taking full, deep breaths. Andrew Weil says practicing regular mindful breathing can be calming and energizing and can even help with stress-related health problems, ranging from panic attacks to digestive disorders. I know individuals that suffer from panic attacks, and one of the things that they have to do when they are receiving treatment is they have to take breathing classes on how to calm themselves through breathing properly. And it has sometimes for them, that's all that they need. They discover that, hey, if I learn to take full, deep breaths, I can calm myself, I can teach myself not to react in certain situations, and I'm in control and I can respond. And it's a very empowering thing, So make sure you're not holding your breath. Pay attention when you get anxious or stressed out how you're breathing, And again, it's all about awareness. It's knowing our bodies. It's knowing who we are and making the most of that. And take these methods that we're talking about today and practice them. One of the challenges that I always give out to people when it comes to breathing is practice breathing 10 full deep breaths a minimum of 10 times a day. And so when you think about that in the, in the big picture, if we're taking 20,000 breaths a day, all I'm asking you to focus on is 100 of those breaths. And it makes a significant difference. And what you're going to find is you're going to be breathing more full, deep breaths on a regular basis. You're going to feel more energetic. You're going to feel more alert. You're going to reap all the benefits of taking the time to breathe properly. So we're going to kind of test everybody. So let's see this. I want you guys to do this technique with me. So are you a shallow breather? We want to find out if those of us who are really paying attention to our breath. What are we doing? So this is the test. Put one palm on your lower abdomen, and now what you want to do as you breathe out, you want to make sure, excuse me, I'll try this again. So we're going to try this test. Put your palms on your lower abdomen and blow out all the air, okay? Just blow it out. Now I want you to take a deep breath in, and you want to see your abdomen expanding, okay? And then when you breathe out, it's going to come back in. So you should feel it coming in from your stomach. And then when you breathe, lift the air out, your stomach should, go back to normal. If you're feeling your chest pump up, that means that you're a shallow breather. And, we've taught ourselves to do that. It can be out of habit. It can be from being in a rush situation, whatever the case may be. But again, try that. Let's take that time to try this test again. Put your hands on your lower abdomen and, blow all the air out and take in a nice, full, deep breath. And let your abdomen expand out. And when you release the breath, you can feel your abdomen come back in. And that's what a nice, deep breath should feel like. So what I'm going to do with everybody right now is we're going to do some deep breathing. We're going to take 10 full deep breaths. And so what I'd like everyone to do is sit up straight, put both your feet in front of you on the floor, hands on your lap, and get comfortable, not too stiff, but be comfortable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you take in each breath, and I'm going to count, and I'm going to say inhale, and I will follow with exhale. Because I want you to get that really understanding and connection of what a good, full, deep breath is. And we can do this quietly. I'm going to kind of elaborate on it, but we can do this quietly for ourselves all day long. So everyone get ready. Okay, so we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 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 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And last time, inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Now, most of you are going to notice that as you're taking these full, deep breaths, that you become naturally more relaxed and even more alert. You just feel this clarity that just kind of resonates within, and you just feel, even though you're relaxed, you're much more awake. So pay attention to your breath. Make sure that you're taking those full, deep breaths on a regular basis. And I do this exercise with you because I want you to develop that awareness of what it feels like to take full deep breaths versus shallow breathing, and catch yourself when you're holding your breath or you're not breathing fully to just take the time. And even if you take simply 5 deep breaths, I suggest 10, but 5 deep breaths, just to remind yourself, and try to do it, start with once or twice a day and try to work yourself up to 10 times a day. And what you're going to discover is you're going to start focusing, so when you're aware of your breath, you're going to take those full deep breaths. And it's just going to become a habit for you to breathe that way. And what's nice about focusing on your breath is when you work in these other relaxation techniques, you're going to already have the breathing part down. So it's going to be much easier to adjust to these other areas. So let's move on. And we're going to talk a little bit about visualization and guided imagery. So one of the ways to do this is you close your eyes, you breathe deeply, the exercises that we talked about, and you want to do things like you pick a favorite place, a beach, a mountain, a photo, and you want to make it fun. You want to imagine it in 3D. You want to imagine it in real life. You want to think of the smells, about the taste, the feel of a warm breeze, the feel of sunlight. So you want to incorporate all those elements that are real to you, because you want to. You're using your imagination to create something that feels wonderful, that feels great, and you also are looking at not just imagining it, but you're looking at creating relaxation techniques, but even your future for yourself, because visualization is a very powerful tool. We're finding more and more that athletes, from the Olympic centers are just practicing visualization, and they're showing that when they, hook them up to all the monitors and everything, that it's just like they're doing the race. It's just their body responds exactly as if they're doing that activity. So that's what's powerful about the visualization is when we think we're on a beach and we're envisioning that beach, we smell the ocean, we feel the warm sun and that wonderful breeze, our bodies relax and we're really there. So our minds are a powerful tool. And, we can also listen to tapes or recording of someone who talks us through a series of events to imagine. So if we have a powerful imagination, I tell you, go for it. And make sure that your focus also is being positive and uplifting and energizing. Stay away. If you find yourself wandering to those negative thoughts, come back, pull yourself back to the present. Or if you're listening to a tape, go back to the voice of whoever's speaking and make sure that you're enjoying this time. So what I'm going to do with everybody now is I'm going to walk you through a guided mini visualization process. This can be a lot of fun, especially when you're looking to create new things, new concepts, new ideas, or if you just want to relax and get away, for 5 to 20 minutes. And again, you can get videos, you can get CDs, MP3s. I strongly suggest we don't do this when we're driving, but when you have the time just to listen, even if it's just to the sound of the ocean, utilize this technique. So again, I'd like everyone to sit up straight, feet firmly planted on the floor. Again, I want your hands on your lap. And what we're going to do is, what I'd like everyone to do now is just close your eyes and relax. And we're going to start off with two full deep breaths. So we're going to slowly take a deep breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, and just keep breathing slowly and deeply, and just relax right now and enjoy this time. This is time for you. If your thoughts start to wander off, simply return them to the sound of my voice. Don't stress out. Just realize that you can come back anytime that you choose. Focus on your breath and relax, and know that you are completely safe. You find yourself outside walking on a path. The weather is perfect, and the air is fresh. You're listening to the sounds of birds singing, the breeze and movement of trees and plants. You are completely relaxed and enjoying your walk along this wonderful path. You come upon a garden, and it's filled with beautiful flowers and plants. There is every imaginable color. The smell of the garden is wonderful and fragrant and fresh. You look around and enjoy every inch of this beautiful garden. It is your perfect garden, and you smile to yourself because of the beauty that surrounds you. You notice that there is a fountain in the middle of the garden. It is tall and beautiful, and the sound of the water calls you toward it. You walk over slowly and feel the splash of the water and the coolness of the air. The fountain calls you to make a wish that is only for you. You make your wish, and you are certain that it will come true. You take a long and lingering look around this magnificent garden, and you know that you can return at any time that you choose to enjoy its comfort and its beauty. It is your perfect garden for peace, comfort, and relaxation. It is your perfect garden. You begin your walk slowly back down the path, appreciating this special time. You are relaxed and peaceful. You now find yourself sitting once again, completely relaxed and refreshed. Now take a slow, deep breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. And open your eyes and smile. And celebrate this moment of relaxation. Now, this is an example of a visualization process. And you can create it in any way that you want for any length of time that you choose. But again, I remind you, just focus on the positive, the best, the most relaxing. And this is a time for you to create your dreams and your reality. So I just strongly recommend that you look into this, and if it's something that you enjoy, utilize it, even for challenging tasks ahead. So we're going to move on now, and I hope you all enjoyed our visualization process. Now, meditation on the next slide is really fun, and what I love about meditation is there are so many different types of it available to us. And again, we can create our own meditation. There is the transcendental meditation where we have a mantra, such as Om, whatever it is. And meditation is all about deliberate focus, being present here and now, not letting ourselves get caught up in worry, what's going on everywhere else. We just want to be present right here. So again, transcendental meditation is about using a mantra or a phrase over and over again, or hearing, the sound of a bell or humming to block out distraction, whatever works for you. There is a meditation that's called mindfulness, and you simply allow the thoughts to come in, you observe them, and you let them go. You picture them coming in on a cloud, and you kind of look at them a little bit and allow them to just show up, and then you release it. And that's called mindfulness. There's a form of meditation that's all about appreciation. You just think of everything that you are grateful for, and you focus on that for a set amount of time. Again, start with 5 minutes. Work your way up to 20. 20 really helps you to completely utilize that relaxation time. And once a day is great, twice is even better. So find a meditation that works for you, It's not about emptying your mind. People get so caught up in, I can't be blank, I can't empty things. What you want to do is when thoughts come to you, just let them come, look at them and release them and let them move on their merry way, Don't get caught up on that. Meditation is for you. And just like in the visualization exercise, When your mind wanders off and you catch yourself worrying or focusing on something else, simply be gentle with yourself and bring yourself back to where you were and continue again. You know, that's the wonderful thing about anything in life is we can always start over. And we have to really, I think, be a lot more patient and understanding of ourselves. And part of the process of loving ourselves and accepting ourselves is doing just that, allowing ourselves to start over. You know, realizing that we're human, that the things that we do now, we've, worked a lifetime of practicing to get there. So anything that you're going to start new takes practice. You know, number one is awareness. 50% of the task is done just by becoming aware. And anything that you want to start new, what you want to focus on is the practice. Starting over is fine. You know, there's no such thing as mistakes. I always encourage others to realize that what you view as mistakes or failures are really just stepping stools. There's a process of learning. You know, that's how we become who we are. We experience these things, and we got to look at them as learning experiences. Same thing with relaxation techniques, meditation. Be kind to yourself. Be supportive of yourself. And know that you're trying something new that's going to benefit your life. Again, look at the different types available to you. Whatever works for you. We are all different. Or use all of them. I love to use all these different types of meditation techniques. I do what I call a chakra meditation. So I just meditate on balancing my chakras. I do appreciation meditations where I just think about everything that I am grateful for that day. And gosh, that is just so uplifting. I also do just the clearing of the mind meditation where I do a mantra, where I don't want to focus on anything but that one word that I repeat. Sometimes I use Om. Sometimes I just say the word love, or I just say the word peace over again, or sometimes I just want to relax and hear beautiful music. I turn on stuff that has the water and the bells ringing, anything just to keep me relaxed in this present moment. So meditation, whatever works for you, incorporate different methods, or if you like to be, more regimental, more at task, just find it. But again, start with 5 minutes, work up to 20, make it convenient in your life. Find a place you're going to use on a regular basis, have the things ready for your meditation for yourself so that you're not looking all over the place. You're ready to go. You sit down, you're ready to meditate, and it's there. I personally sit down. I don't cross my legs. It's not comfortable for me, but whatever works for you. It's a very individualized thing. So I strongly suggest that everybody get out there and try all the different meditations that are available to you. You can get online. You can buy books. I know a lot of the continuing education centers, so if you have a public college, a community college, a continuing education center, lots of those facilities offer meditation. So if you're just not sure what to do, take one of those classes. I always encourage people to look on Groupon and find information for meditation classes, yoga classes, lots of great stuff out there. There's a really great website, too, that I utilize all the time, and the website helps you to develop mindfulness. There's a magazine actually called Mindful Magazine that you can subscribe to, and they talk about teaching you, they teach you how to incorporate the different methods of meditation in your life. So look for things that are available to you. There's also a website called Daily, and so it's daily, DAILYOM.com. And on this website, they teach you about mind, body, spirit. And they have lots of little mini classes that are available to you as well. So get out there, look for these things. And remember, meditation is about bringing yourself just to that point of relaxation, peace, and quiet. Okay, we're going to move on to yoga. Now, yoga, what I love about yoga is it actually really incorporates all of the methods that we've already talked about. It incorporates the breathing. It incorporates the meditation. And then it pulls in our bodies to strengthen and stretch our bodies. So yoga is a powerful, powerful tool. Again, they're finding that yoga helps with diabetes. It helps with hypertension. It helps with women going through menopause. It actually raises your estrogen levels. So this is some pretty powerful stuff that they're finding out. So it increases all the good chemicals in your brain. You know, it helps to lower mood disorders. I just can't stress what a wonderful, wonderful tool this is to add to your lifestyle. So it's not just about relaxation, you know. It teaches you to focus on your breathing and your body together. It is that complete connection to yourself. So we're breathing, we're meditating, you know, we're increasing our flexibility and our strength. So there's some of the poses out there, you can get pretty, you know, pretty basic, and you can get pretty difficult. I mean, it really just depends on you. But there are just, you know, anywhere from 4 to 10 basic poses that you can start implementing in your life that are not very difficult at all. There's the plank, which you get on your forearms and you stretch your legs out and you rest on your forearms, and you learn to stay in this pose. And the really great thing about yoga is as you're in the position, you're meditating on that position, you're taking full deep breaths while you're doing this, and you're reaching out and you're feeling the energy, the oxygen, and they encourage you to feel everything going out through every inch of your body. So it's a huge connection to the mind, the body, and the spirit, and it's wonderful. Then they have things like the downward dog where you kind of stretch, touch the ground, and then you stretch out. Again, you're focusing on your breathing, on the movement of your body, and the energy reaching out through your body. So you're fully focused on the present moment, on the now, which is meditation. Some of the other moves that you can do are there's a warrior move where you stand out at an angle with your arms spread apart, and you're reaching as far as you possibly can outward. So you're not just in the pose, you're getting everything that you can out of that moment. So it's really powerful. So if you haven't, you know, taken a yoga class or you're intimidated, go get a video. Just basic stuff. I don't know if any of you use smart TV, things like Netflix and that type of thing, Pandora. Well, there's on your smart TVs, it's called GAIAMTV.com, and it's GAIM, okay? And you can look at it online, and you sign up just like you do for Netflix, and you do the same exact thing to get hooked up. And once you sign up for this service, and I'm not really sure of the cost, it's either $10 or $15 a month, you can sign up for their yoga classes. And they start off really basic. I think that it's probably just as good as being at a live class. The only difference is if you're not exactly right in the more difficult positions, you don't have that instructor right there with you to kind of adjust you or show you differently. But again, it's GAIM TV, GAIM, and it works just like Netflix. But get out there and try those different things. You know, look on your discounts, ask friends. I'm sure a lot of, like we talked about earlier, a lot of jobs are offering classes like these in this stage. I know a lot of the fitness centers offer yoga classes. So if you don't really want to go to a class, but you want to learn just the basic moves, go to a yoga class a few times, learn them, and then go home and take advantage of them and start practicing them on your own. So again, it can be very basic and it can get very difficult. That's really up to you. But the benefits of yoga are just amazing. And I just want to encourage you to try to, you know, find something like this in your life. You know, we're going to go back really quick, and I want to just review everything today before we end our session. But again, you know, the one thing that's going to get us motivated to do any of these relaxation techniques is the belief within ourselves they're going to benefit our lives. And, we have to remember that self-care is our number one priority. And self-care not only includes our physical bodies, but our mental bodies as well. So we got to understand that as long as we take good care of ourselves, that's going to give us the ability to take care of others. So that's our buy-in. That's what's going to tell us that we need to incorporate these relaxation techniques in our lives. Pay attention to your breath. Are you breathing? Are you taking those full, deep breaths that our bodies need, that our brains need? When we're taking those full, deep breaths and there's a difficult task at hand, we're going to be much more successful at that task. Our bodies are going to get the oxygen, the blood, the nutrients that it needs because we're taking the time to pay attention to our breath. Things like visualization and guided imagery. You can see it just as someplace fun to relax, just to imagine beautiful places, but it can be a very powerful tool in your life. You can start imagining and creating the life that you want simply by doing these visualization practices. Again, very powerful, very exciting stuff. Like I said before, our Olympic athletes, when they're visualizing, their bodies are reacting exactly as if they were there. There's tests being done today that show that, it's really about how our mind is in control. So we can create anything that we want in our life, but we have to believe that it's possible. And simply just by starting to practice these things, I can teach you about these things all day, but it's you that have to apply them. You have to start implementing them. You have to start practicing them to help them be part of your life and create the life that you want. So take advantage of these classes. Learn from them and start applying them. Make them the behavior, the actions that you take in your life. Again, progressive muscle relaxation. There's actually a form of exercise called isometrics, and that's all it is, tightening and relaxing the muscles. And you get to really learn about your body. And the meditation. Take time to research the meditation, which one is best for you, or use different variations of them. And yoga, again, yoga implements every aspect of these relaxation techniques. It's so good for your body. It helps so many health issues. If we have things like we're stressed out or we have panic attacks, we definitely want to get on board when it comes to implementing these relaxation techniques. Again, if anyone has any comments or any questions, I can be reached through the host, and I would be more than glad to answer any of your questions or even guide you in a direction that maybe you need help with. And lastly, what I'd like to do is remind everybody to take the time to go to your Anthem Employee Assistance Program website. And it's www.anthemeap.com, and get familiar with your website. See what's available to you. Look up the face-to-face counseling. They have legal financial consultations, great information on child and elder care. There's referrals, there's resources, there's identity theft recovery, free credit monitoring, tobacco cessation, there's coaching. It's available online. You can take classes. You can sign up for webinars. There's assessments on there. So many wonderful resources that are available to you to take advantage. But you have to take the time to log in, just look around and get familiar, and I think you'll be surprised and you'll find some interesting tools available there for you. And you can also set up sessions, counseling sessions, if that is something you need. But don't hesitate. Get online, look at what's available to you. There's information even about relaxation on there. So, if there's something you really want to look at, log on to your Employee Assistance Program website and do some research. So, again, I want to thank everyone for being with us today. I encourage all of you to print out your flyers that are part of this webinar. And, again, if you have any questions, I'd be more than glad to follow up and answer them for you. But I encourage everyone here to apply one or two of these methods that we've talked about I challenge you to go out there and promise yourself that you are going to implement these techniques and make the best of each day for yourself. And again, I want to thank you and have a wonderful day. And thank you once again for being part of this webinar.